Hello agents and welcome to another Division 2 video. We have a new pistol in the game. It's a Quickstep and it's really a nice one. So I decided to try and make a build for it so I don't have to play with the assault rifle all the time. That's the main reason. I got bored a little bit with the assault rifles and the LMGs, so I decided to went with the pistol. It's really nice addition to the game. Probably one of the best pistols in the game. You can use it on any build. It's gonna work fine, and I suggest to use it on any build because of that quick movement it gives you. But I wanted to make build solely for the pistol, so this is the Imminence Armament 3-piece build. In the video I will also show you a couple of variations I was trying to go with. The build starts at 5 minutes and 27-second mark, and that's it basically. This is the intro where I'm doing the control point. It's about 4 minutes and there is like 2-minute short clip of the bounty. That's it guys. If you wanna skip to the build breakdown you can do that. If not, right after the intro we are gonna do the build breakdown. Drop a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.
Let's do it!
Incoming hostiles detected. Immediate medical assistance needed. Heavily armored hostile detected.
I'm out! We're done! They're all down! We did it together!
Supply room access unlocked.
Good
Alright guys, let's go through the build. This is my Eminence Armament 3-piece build for a Quickstep pistol. Quickstep pistol is the latest weapon we get in the Halloween event 25, and I already told you that this is not the best overall build for farming, but when I make a builds, I always make a builds for myself, and I'm never gonna show you the build that I'm not personally using, and it works, really works. Or anything, you can play missions on heroic, you can play the control points, open world, whatever. On heroic it's really useful, and I'm gonna say why. I've already get tired playing with the assault rifle all the time or using the LMG, and from time to time I need some change in the way I play the game to keep it a little bit more interesting. It's not really best overall build, but it's the best build for Quickstep I could come up with. I had several different variations of the build before I decided to post this one. So I'm gonna go piece by piece and explain why I choose these pieces. I'm going with the technician specialization because of the +1 skill tier, because with the pistol you really need to have a strong shield. The mask is a punch drunk, although it doesn't have to be punch drunk, you can go with Douglas and Harding, but this one got armor roll and baked in headshot damage 20%, 12% critical hit damage and 10% critical hit damage mod. You see the Douglas and Harding will give you 20% pistol damage. If you go with ordinary, you can go with the crit chance here instead of the headshot damage, or better option is to go with the weapon handling. Why weapon handling? Because the reload on the pistol is really slow. It's painfully slow. So Cheska piece, this is probably the best chest piece in the game. It's weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage mod, and I put obliterate on it. I will show you other versions of chest piece for this build, but this one works best for me. The first piece of Eminence Armament is a holster. It's rolled armor, got crit hit damage and weapon handling here. The 3-piece Eminence Armament is gonna give you +5% weapon damage, 100% increased threat and 60% pistol damage. This is the main reason I'm going with these 3 pieces of Eminence Armaments. Increased threat, it's nothing else than the aggression of the enemy, which is 100% pointed more towards you. That means something in a group play, but in a solo play it doesn't really matter, so you can really ignore that part. I'm gonna tell you more about it when I come to the knee pads. Memento, why Memento? Because of survivability. This is the best backpack in the game for almost any type of build if you really want survivability. I'm not gonna go too deep into this. It's gonna give you 3 cores, and I have a 6% critical hit chance mod, so that's Memento. The second piece of the Eminence Armaments are Infiltrator Gloves with weapon damage, crit damage and crit chance. And the last piece is the knee pads with weapon damage, crit chance and crit damage mod. So this is the build in essence. I'm gonna show you the shield. Shield is really strong. It's a tier 5 shield. It's coming from the cores from Memento, 1 core coming from the Technician Specialization. I have 2 blue cores on the build. You really need to have at least 2 cores, because if you go full weapon damage, you are gonna be too squishy, and I making the builds I can really enjoy, and I always considering the quality of the build is if I can consistently farm with it. If I'm dying too much with the build, then it's not really good for me, because I'm losing time and I really cannot afford myself to die in a game too often and go do things over and over again. So with this build you're perfectly safe. It is a little bit more on the squishy side than on the armor side, but with the shield it really works nice. The weapon damage of the pistol is gonna consistently give you 1.4 million crits, and the rate of fire is really great. I already put him in expertise, it's level 30. I'm gonna talk about the Quickstep itself a little bit now. It got headshot damage 140%, and a magazine of 22 bullets. It's a pistol damage target out of cover, and the talent of this pistol is really fun one. It's called sports mode. It's gonna give you 20% movement speed. It's not gonna stack with any other movement speed bonuses, so this is what you get. It's really fun with it. You can really cover some great distances quicker than ever before in the game if you're running through the map or through the mission, and it's really fun to play with it, which is the main reason why I put this build in a use. So that's it. The primary and secondary weapon are the one of your choice. I'm always going with the St. Elmo. That's my assault rifle probably like the most in the game, and I'm gonna go through the other pieces and other builds I was trying to put in a good use before I came up with this one. So at first I had this build made for a determined pistol, and that was my chest piece, and it had Headhunter on it. It's really easy to use Headhunter on this build, but because it's 140% headshot damage, you put only 10% headshot damage more, then you're all good to go with this chest piece. But for me, crit is the best way to go with the pistol, because with Headhunter on this chest piece, you're gonna sometimes graze really high weapon damage numbers, couple of millions, but it's not gonna be consistent. I'd rather go with the crit for this build, where I can consistently hit like 1.4 million damage with the crit hit with the Quickstep. So that's the one change here. I also went with the Imminence Armament backpack for this build, and I was using at first Vigilance, but didn't work as I really wanted to. So I tried to get a little more survivability with Bloodsucker, but it really isn't that strong on this build. And I was running the thermal knee pads. So that's the one way you can go with this build, but you're too squishy, and Bloodsucker is not gonna cover you. So if you have Headhunter here and Vigilance here, you're gonna score really crazy numbers with the Quickstep pistol, but then like survivability, like seriously. That's why I changed this and went with the Memento. So forgot to tell that I was using Overdogs, yeah. So this is the really nice variant of this build, where you, like I said, can score consistently high damage numbers, but survivability is questionable, and you need to take care about enemies you are aiming at the beginning, because of this talent. Amplify weapon damage by 30%. The lowest ranking enemies not gonna go through that. There's 3 tiers of enemies, so if you go right order, you will really hit some crazy numbers with it. I mean, you can try go with this, it's fun to play, but if you wanna do consistent farming, it's not gonna last long until you're gonna go down and you have to repeat the content. Another gloves you can use here are Exodus gloves, but yeah, they're gonna give you some kind of survivability, but I don't have it on this character. But if you wanna really have a fun with this pistol, this is probably the best you can go with, the best setup you can go with. So basically that's it. In the intro you saw that it's really working fine on a control point, which is big open space, not really best scenario for a Quickstep, but I was doing okay there. and there is a part of the bounty in the intro. You could see that in a close combat quarters you're really doing crazy damage and you really don't lack any survivability. Okay, let's go through the modifiers. This is the divide and conquer global modifier. You see that I'm having the full bonuses here. It's rate of fire 30% and damage bonus it's 30%. This is your best choice to go with the active modifier Zealot, because it's gonna give you also crazy survivability and damage numbers, but for others I always go with the stepping stones. This one accordingly to the type of enemy you're playing against, and I always use the Rupert Steer. I mean, you can change these for wherever you really like. This one's really nice, and this one, but this one is not gonna stack with the sport mode on the Quickstep, so basically it's useless. Alright, let's go through the stats of the build. Before we go to the stats, I'm gonna say they are a little bit distorted because of the event going on in the game right now. And it's the Red Line Overdrive, which will give you 50% crit damage more and 25% more critical hit chance. Alright, and it's also a critical hit chance increase, cap increased by 25, max size and reload speed by 25%. So without that, the critical hit chance on a build for a Quickstep is 57%, and the critical hit damage is 139%. The headshots stay the same. So that's it, guys. That's it. If you like the video, drop a like, comment or subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.